Where do you find creativity? Is it under the bed? Behind a curtain? In a closet? You get the point. I often find myself waiting for creativity and inspiration to always come to me. Sometimes I overthink things and try to think my way into creating, but very little does it work. One thing was certain that day. I wasn't gonna find it by just looking at the ceiling. So I took my bag and jumped into a free tour to Yeongwol, the countryside of South Korea. But it wasn't long till my mind started talking. As I looked out the window from the bus filled with strangers, I couldn't help but ask myself, will I be able to make a story out of today? What am I supposed to say to the camera? And what about this social anxiety? Will I be able to socialize like a regular human being? What if they laughed at me as I pull out my GoPro?
Professional blogger.
I'm trying to be. Doesn't that feel great? The feeling, the sense of all thoughts leaving your mind. I don't know about you, but I feel pretty inspired to create something. So before I show you what I'm working on and what inspired this piece, obviously, as we visit new places, we need to know a little bit about its history, if not a few stories about it. So let me tell you the story of King Dangjong. Just for warning, it's a little bit tragic. There's not really a happy ending, I guess. But yeah, let's continue. At the age of 12, his father died due to an illness in 1452. He then automatically became king. Since he was too young to rule, his officials were in charge for the time being. However, one of the young king's uncle, Sejong, led a coup that overthrew the government, and in 1455, Sejong ascended the throne. Not everyone was happy about this change, so a number of scholars plotted to restore the power to King Dangjong, but did not succeed. Soon, they were executed. The young king was then demoted to prince, and then the next day, he was exiled to Seongnyongpo. This was the perfect place since it could only be accessed through boat. However, there was a flaw 2 months later, so Dangjong was moved to another place. Later in 1457, another uncle planned on bringing Dangjong back in power, but these plans were revealed. King Sejong, the one who led the coup, was not happy about this and stripped the prince of his title, and on October 24th of the same year, Dangjong was executed in his own home, under orders of the court. Dangjong was only 17 years old at the time of his death. The body of King Dangjong was left to float down Donggang River, The royal announcement stated that whoever saved Danjong's body would be punished for 3 generations. Despite this, a man called Yeongwol, Yeongwol's governor at the time, and his family recovered the body and gave it a secret burial. Post-mortem, this man was given the title of Man of Loyalty and Righteousness. In 1698, King Danjong's title as king was restored. The tomb was repaired and a memorial service was held. The path in the middle is designated only for God, so no one's supposed to walk there. So if you wanna walk, you gotta walk this way. So I guess there is a happy ending-ish after death, you know. Anyways, after analyzing today's events, and by the way, we have one more stop to make, and also analyzing this story, I felt inspired to draw something, which I'm gonna be showing you right now. And let me tell you about it as you watch me make this piece. I wanted to create a piece that depicted peace, magic, travel, and inspiration despite our overthinking minds. After hearing so many stories about this place and learning a bit about its history, I couldn't help but ask, what story can my art tell? So I decided to make a story out of this illustration and out of this experience. The trees were inspired by the forest that we visited. It also represents all those anxious thoughts and feelings of uncertainty and self-doubt. However, with courage we transcend to another dimension, which brings us a new adventure and an opportunity to become a better us. It is a journey that takes you to a land that can only be reached out by boat during a full moon. That's the only way that this portal will work. It is a journey that invites you to step out of your comfort zone, to a place where nothing makes sense and everything makes sense at the same time. So we go back to the beginning question. Where do we find creativity? The answer is creativity is all around us and within us actually. But for me, I find it more accessible when I'm outside, when I see a new place, when I'm out of my comfort zone. That's just for me. In this trip, I experienced that the countryside is not only great to know a culture better, but to decompress, to clear the mind from the busyness of the city environment. And lastly, my last lesson is that your conscious mind isn't always right. All of my words did not happen. In fact, I made friends, I made this video, and I created this beautiful art piece. Great things happen when your mind is quiet. Anyways guys, you know the drill already. Hit the like button, subscribe, share this video, subscribe to my newsletter as well for prints and merch, future merch actually. And I don't have a deadline yet, but I'll let you know. Anyways guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the story. And yeah, have a great day.